With the 30th pick of the 2020 MLB Draft, the Baltimore Orioles select Jordan Westburg, a shortstop from Mississippi State.
This kid, Westburg, big-time performer, tied a College World Series single-game record with 7 RBIs. Most people know him simply as the Banana Man. Had fans all over Omaha going bananas for the Bulldogs.
Welcome back to the Delos Rays podcast. I'm Spencer. Welcome to another edition of the Prospect Series. This is our third episode. We went over the Diamondbacks and the Braves. Move on to the B's in the alphabet. The Baltimore Orioles, a team from the American League East Division. As always, the Prospect Series, we go over the top 10 prospects of every Major League Baseball team as of recording and editing. So these teams might have changed around. The players with the international signings that happened a week ago, or even some trades that are still going down this offseason. But I'm going to give you the top 10 prospects of the Baltimore Orioles. Let's get started. So at number 10, we have Dean Kremer. He's a right-handed pitcher. He was drafted in 2016, 14th round, 431st overall to the Dodgers. Believe it or not, he actually started in the California League for the Orioles. He racked up 114 strikeouts in 79 innings, and he pitched in Double-A from 2018 to 2019. He ended up earning $147.5 thousand with the Dodgers. He's earning just a little bit more with the Orioles, and basically his best pitch is his curveball. That's the pitch that's going to make him make it to the MLB and stay in the MLB, because he already debuted this past season in 2020. He also has a pretty nice two-seam fastball, around 92, 94 miles an hour, but has been known to go up to 96. The more he works, the faster it's going to get. He was actually part of that Manny Machado deal that sent him from the Dodgers to the Orioles. We left with our out-there franchise players. Moving to number 9, Michael Baumann, also a right-handed pitcher. Was expected to make it this next season, 2021, but he debuted in 2020. 2017, when he was drafted, the third round, 98th overall, 6'4", 225 pounds, at 25 years old, already made his debut. His fastball and his slider are his best pitches, followed up by the changeup and curveball. That's his repertoire. He was Atlantic Sun Pitcher of the Year at Jacksonville in 2015. That's basically where all the eyes are caught of the Orioles scouts. And they were actually scouting his teammate now, Austin Hayes, who we would talk about, but he's already not prospect anymore. He's a solid player in the Orioles lineup. And this guy, if Michael Baumann follows the same steps with his pitching, he's definitely going to be there as well. Let's move on to the number 8, Yusniel Diaz, a first position player in the top 10, was expected to make it next year. But again, with a shortened season, debuted in 2020. He's an outfielder, 24 years old, 6'1", 210 pounds, signed by Los Angeles Dodgers November 21st, 2015. And guess what? He was also a part of that trade sent from the Dodgers for Manny Machado. He's not even playing with the team anymore. So the Dodgers basically just fed the Orioles farm system just for a little bit. And Machado's not even on the Dodgers anymore. He's on the Padres. But take that as you will. He was signed for $15.5 million. That's right, $15.5 million. No one expects that for international signing. They laid out $31 million total to get him to pay the team that he was originally on. Really good hitter all around, and he's definitely going to be maybe an anchor coming in 2021, 2022. And let's see if he'll stay there. But now we have a shortstop, Jordan Westburg. He's currently on the rookie level. 2023 is expected ETA to the MLB on the GCL Orioles. He was just drafted this past year, and he was the 30th overall in the CBA round by the Orioles. So this guy, he's 6'3", 203 pounds, 21 years old, right-handed shortstop. They definitely are looking for someone to be their next J.J. Hardy, and this guy might be it, but as well as the next guy I'm going to talk about. So Westburg, we're going to stay on Jordan Westburg, however. He actually tied a College World Series record with 7 RBIs in one game in 2018 and helped the Bulldogs return back to the College World Series in 2019. He's a compact right-handed swinger, and he has bat speed and the strength to give 20 home runs just like that a season. So shortstops aren't really known for that, besides like Marcus Semien. So he might be that next guy, but someone else who's on the same level as him, drafted the year before in 2019, second round, 42nd overall pick, is 19-year-old prospect Gunnar Henderson. I actually got his autograph. I'm really excited to see him blossom in the Orioles farm system. He's also in the GCL Orioles. Again, shortstop, 19 years old, rookie level. He played 2 sports, basketball and baseball. Baseball is the one that got him drafted, so he's sticking with it. He was supposed to sign, well, not sign, but you can't sign your collegiate athlete, but he was expected to go to Auburn University, and he was like, actually, you know what? It's okay. I'll play with the Orioles. So in 2019, he played with the Gulf Coast League. He's 18 years old. They're actually comparing him to Corey Seager. So although I said Jordan Westburg's going to be really nice, so is Gunnar Henderson. And these guys are all going to be homegrown talent that's going to be with the team for the next at least 4 to 5 years before they get a call up. Let's move on to Ryan Mountcastle, the first baseman, outfielder. A lot of you guys know him. He really proved himself in 2020. Almost got American League Rookie of the Year because of how outstanding he was. The 23-year-old, 6'3", 210 pounds, drafted 36 overall by the Baltimore Orioles in 2015. With 5 years in the league, he did his duties, and he got called up to the Orioles as a first baseman and outfielder. He was a AAA International League MVP in 2019. It was also the Orioles' Brooks Robinson Minor League Player of the Year in 2019. Which allowed him to get a 40-man roster spot 2 seasons ago, and now, another 40-man roster taxi squad spot in 2020. Now he's officially on the team. He's going to be an anchor, like I said, for the next couple years, unless they get rid of him. Now moving to the 4th overall prospect, DL Hall. He's a left-handed pitcher. 2021 is his ETA to the MLB. 22 years old, 6'2", 295 pounds. Currently with the Frederick Keys, the Single-A Advanced Ball Club of the Orioles. He drafted 21st overall to the Orioles in 2017. Now, this guy is really, really nice fastball and curveball, as well as a changeup. Those are his 3 pitches. He was actually in the same draft as Mackenzie Gore, and he came out as basically the second best left-hander after Mackenzie Gore, who went to the Padres. Now, only being drafted 4 years ago and basically almost guaranteeing himself a spot in the MLB. He's not that far away, as most might think, as the Orioles are kind of rebuilding, but not rebuilding phase, and he's definitely going to be one of the top guys. He's going to come in, and he's going to do some damage. Let's go on to the top 3 prospects in the Orioles farm system. Number 3, Heston Kjerstad, outfielder, who's currently going to be slated to play. And guess what? The GCL Orioles Rookie League, drafted 2nd overall this past year out of the University of Arkansas, Go Razorbacks, in 2020. His ETA is only 3 years. He's 21 years old. He finished out his full degree in college, expected to be 24 years old, and he makes his debut with the Orioles. And basically, they're expecting him to be even better than what Ryan Mountcastle turned out to be and what Yusniel Diaz will be. This will be their top outfielder going out. He might be the next big thing besides Trey Mancini for the Orioles. If they get 2 Trey Mancinis, you better not trade him like they did Mike Yastrzemski, because they're going to have a really nice outfield, especially if they try to sign Yasiel Puig like they've been saying. Now, he has really nice strength and really fast bat speed, and he's got raw power. This guy's got it all. 2nd overall pick. You can't flop. You just can't flop. But let's move on to the 2nd overall prospect, Grayson Rodriguez, right-handed pitcher, playing for the Delmarva Shorebirds. 21 years old, the 11th overall pick in 2018 by the Orioles. He's already slowly, but not really slowly, pretty fastly moving through this organization. He's expected to make it by 2022, so only 2 seasons from now, you might see him in the starting rotation with the Orioles. He's at 65 out of 80 in a grading scale of his fastball and slider. Those are just 2 top pitches, followed by the changeup and the curveball. He used to be a big guy, like big, I'm talking big, out of shape, but he conditioned himself and he put on a lot of muscle. And this is going to help his 6'5" frame, and it really helped himself in high school, and he's really developing as a nice pitcher who's going to do well for the Orioles. And now, drum roll please, the number 1 overall prospect in the Orioles farm system, pretty sure it's not even going to change unless they sign some crazy trade for Wander Franco. It's Adley Rutschman, the catcher, the 1st overall pick of the 2019 draft. Now that you've noticed, the Orioles haven't been doing that well these past 5 years. Since they made the postseason around 2014, they were winning the AL East. But they got a lot of prospects, and they've been ranking them up. Out of these top 10, at least 3 or 4 of them were homegrown and within the 1st round. And this guy's 22 years old, also finished out a degree at University of Oregon State. Now, his ETA, believe it or not, is this upcoming season. Chance Sisco is 26 years old, and Pedro Severino is 28 years old, are both already called up. They might do a similar situation they did a couple years ago, where they had Chance Sisco when he was the younger guy, kind of like Adley Rutschman. They had Austin Wynns, and I forgot the other catcher. I believe his name was... Oh, Matt Wieters. Yeah, Matt Wieters, before he got moved to the Cardinals. A situation like that where they have him called up. With a 3-catcher rotation. With a team like the Orioles, who doesn't have a lot of hairs on the bench, it makes sense to have 3 catchers, especially if they're all going to be this young. 22, 26, 28. You really can't go wrong there. And you can start attaching the pitchers and see who's going to work in certain situations. Now, 6'2", 220 pounds. This guy, he is the definition of raw power. Played for the USA baseball team, led Oregon State University to the College World Series. He won the College World Series, got most outstanding player awards, basically like MVP. Like I said, played with Team USA for baseball. As a junior, he's hitting over 400 batting average, 17 home runs. He won the Golden Spikes Award and the Dick Howser Award. Basically, everyone knew he's going to be the first overall pick. Like, you just knew. The Orioles signed him for $8.1 million bonus. It was the first time anyone's ever gotten that much of a bonus straight out of the draft. That's because they're committing to him, and he's definitely going to be one of the best catchers to play in the game. Like Xander and I have said before in the podcast, there's going to be a nice change around the catch-up scene. You saw the past 4 or 5 years ago, we had Salvador Perez, we had Buster Posey, and we had Yadier Molina, the top 3 catchers in baseball consistently for a long time. I think the next 3 guys that are coming up are going to be Adley Rutschman, Joey Bart from the Giants, Luis Campusano from the Padres, possibly even Francisco Alvarez from the Mets. But don't forget about Sean Murphy from the Athletics. I think these 5 guys are really going to lock down what a catcher needs to be for young guys, and at least they're going to be the next generation of catchers. But it's going to be interesting to see how that all turns out for the Orioles with Adley Rutschman and Yusniel Diaz, all the different players. Let's get with a quick rundown of the top 10 of the Baltimore Orioles. We have at 10, Dean Kremer, Michael Baumann at 9, Yusniel Diaz at 8, Jordan Westburg at 7, Gunnar Henderson at 6. The top 5 read as Ryan Mountcastle, DL Hall, Heston Kjerstad, Grayson Rodriguez, and Adley Rutschman. Well, that's all I got here for you guys at the Dulce Rays podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Prospect Series with your boy Spence. And I hope you enjoyed it and hope you come back next time. But we'll see you, and let's go baseball.